What's up, guys? So we got this Acura MDX with a check engine light called p0420. Bank 1, catalytic 1, bank 1, below threshold. Let's scan this car and get the code out. You got the light in the dash, and we're gonna scan it, and we're most likely gonna replace the downstream oxygen sensor. Let's talk a little bit more after scanning it. So under the hood, bank 1 is all the way back there. So bank 2 is here. So we're gonna be working down below at the back end. So sensor 1 would be up on the top. Let me show you that, and then we go on the bottom. So we're gonna take this off. This cover has a grommet. This is just sitting there. I don't even know why. It's just sitting there like that. Okay, it's supposed to kind of like come off with the grommets. Okay, I hate these things. Okay, some of these cars will be overheating because of these. So it's supposed to have a plastic grommet that sticks in there. So our bank 1, sensor 1 is located right over here. You guys can see. Okay, it's kind of hard to get the camera down there. Let me just kind of angle it a different way. But our connectors are up here also. It's hard to see, but our sensor is located freaking right there. You guys can see it right here. The yellow cable that's sticking right here. There's our... and the connector I'm gonna be removing, they're gonna be over here. So we're gonna go from the bottom, and bank 2 is over here. As you can see right there, right in the center of the screen, right, the yellow and blue cables. Right over here is our bank 2 sensor 1, and bank 2 sensor 2 is in the bottom. So let's go in the bottom. Okay, underneath the vehicle, we're gonna go with this long clip removing tool. You can use a long flathead screwdriver, pry bar, and we got a 22mm wrench right here. We're gonna go underneath. We got our knee pad down there. So right over here. Okay, so we got this cover down here. I just removed this clip from right over here. We're gonna take this guy off. It's supposed to be another one here and a 10mm there. Usually they're jammed up, but it is what millimeter here. Hey, that came out pretty good. So we got one over there. Please, it's not gonna come out. So, moment of truth, shebang. This is the worst shit they could make on these cars, okay? No freaking need for this because shit just gets rusted anyway. Anyways, okay, so I got the connector out. It's time to get the sensor out. So I'm gonna using this. The socket is, let me just see the size on it. 22mm. 7 by 8, okay, 7 of 8 inches. Okay, so this is gonna go on. Like I said, 22mm will do, but there you go, counterclockwise, and this baby just comes loose just like that. And I still gotta take out the connector from the top, so that's fine. So this guy comes right out just like that. So 99% of the time your sensor will be the issue, so you always want to do sensor before anything. So anyways, let's get a new sensor in, and you know what, I'm gonna go up on the top. I'm gonna get the connector out first, but that's not gonna be part of the video, but because there's no room over there for me to put anything. I wanted to make this video a little bit more over here, up here. So I'm up over here by the engine right here. So let me move my lighting so it doesn't block the camera view. So I kind of use my long fork tool there, and I pushed on this connector, and all I needed to do was pull the cable from the bottom, and this came out of the housing. And from up here, 2 hands, and I'm gonna just put this right over here. Hopefully the camera can see it. Whoops. You know what? This is not probably gonna happen. Let me see right there. So I am gonna squeeze the opposite side now to take out the connector. You gotta squeeze this side of it, which is always difficult, and this connector comes out, and the whole sensor should just come up. So what I'm gonna do is in the bottom, I'm gonna put the new sensor in, and I'm gonna send the cable up, and then we'll come back over here and we'll connect it to this connector, and then we could just stick it to the housing. Make sure you strap tie and everything. These little things not gonna come with the new sensor, so you're gonna have to strap tie
the new sensor. So once I'm done from the bottom, I will show you and we'll come up together.
Okay, so we got a new sensor here. Denso is the brand I'm using. This is the brand Denso. And the part number on this is 2344351. Okay, so we're gonna open this package. Okay, should be a long cable. So if it's a shorter cable, it's a wrong sensor. And it's gonna come with this little guy. I'm not gonna open this package because I got another one that's already open. So what I like to do is I like to remove this. So yes, that's a good length on that cable. So if it's a short one like that long, from here to here where my hand is, it's a wrong sensor, okay? So you also can match everything else on the sensor. I'm gonna put this just around the threads, okay? And just like this is the old sensor, you could just put the sensor right next to the cable length, the ports and everything. So this one's gonna be a little bit different. So I did notice that. So the sensor will be kind of a little different. But overall, everything should be, the length should be the same. So let's go and put this baby into the vehicle.
Make the vehicle. And what I'm gonna do is I am going to put the sensor in the port and turn. Okay, and let me straighten up the cable. Okay, and then we're gonna take our wrench here. This is set to, this is a torque wrench. It's set to 33 foot-pound. So we're gonna tighten this to 33 foot-pound. There you go. And that's all you need to do. If you don't have a torque wrench, it's fine. You can just use it by hand. Don't have to be crazy. So I'm gonna put all this in and I'm gonna put the strap tie so this doesn't touch the axle or anything like that. So we're done here. We'll go back to the top and finish up the job. Okay, I had to fish the sensor up with my little tool there. So I got the sensor over here. I'm gonna just kind of put it. I already connected it, as you guys can see right there. It's hard to see. It should click. And I'm gonna just put it in the housing. And then it should be kind of done there. And it clicks right up. That's it. Bada bing, bada boom. Reset the light and you're good to go. And just make sure you put the cover in the bottom, which I still gotta do. Put that cover on the top. And make sure you strap tie the sensor. And that's it. See you guys on the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. A lot of people say, oh, you should have checked the data, la 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 la. You could do all that, but sometimes it's not worth going through. Like I could start checking wiring on this thing and it could be a massive diagnostic and you come to a conclusion, bad sensor. So why go through all that? Because the computer's doing all that for you. It's always worth the try. I had 99.99999% always, if it tells me the map sensor is bad, that's what I'm gonna go for before anything. Once I'm at it, I'm gonna look at the connector and everything. It could be a broken cable right here. It could be a disconnected. It could be a connector bad. Just look at it inside the sensor wiring and everything, the pins. Other than that, you gotta go with your guts. Even though they said the catalytic converter bad, you never know the sensor is. Because if I'm gonna replace the converter, I am gonna replace both sensors, the upstream and downstream. So thank you for watching.